Hello, everybody. This is Mr. Ruggles. Welcome to Web Design for this Friday, March 8th. Glad you made it. Glad you could come join us on a Friday. Let's get started and help get your weekend going. All right, today's agenda. So, welcome, everybody. That's the first bullet point. Welcome. We're going to go over a course calendar review like we do every single class so you guys know where you're supposed to be and where we're going. I'm also going to cover what you are going to be doing next week for assignment 4.04 and also for the test 4.05. Both will be due next week. And then, of course, if anybody needs any help or have any questions, I'd be happy to help. All right, so today's objectives, and really Unit 4's objective, is to learn some web design basics. Again, I talk about this all the time. Our whole goal is to apply technology to enhance our productivity. If we can put another tool in our tool bag of personal skills when we finish high school, or even before we finish high school, we have more tools to be able to either make money or to do projects effectively, just to add to our skill sets. So we want to apply technology to enhance our productivity. Okay, here's our calendar. We're currently on the 8th. And if you've been following the calendar, you would know that you should have been working on and completing the Unit 4 lessons, 4.1 through 4.4. You should be done with those. They're easy reading. I have videos for you to watch with them. They don't take very long if you do each one on the calendar. If you haven't done those yet, you need to do those quickly because you're going to need those. Coming up on Monday, I will have times set aside for you two guys to complete the Unit 4 practice Book-It game, and I'll talk more about that in a few minutes. On the 13th, the 4.5 test is going to be due. And then on the 14th, which is next Thursday, the 4.4 assignment will be due. And I'm going to go over both of those, how to do those here in just a minute. And then we'll be starting Unit 5 and getting deep into our web design and actually getting started with our web design on Monday the 18th. Okay? All right, that's our calendar. All right, so just kind of a brief overview. I'm not going to read the lessons for you, of course, but 4.01 lesson talks about creating content, and you have a lesson. Now, in that lesson, after you read it and watch a video, you have an activity to do. And you need to pay attention to this because this is going to be part of your 4.4 assignment that is due next Thursday. So if you haven't completed the 4.1 assignment or a lesson and completed the activity that it asked you to do, you're going to need to do that because this is one answer for your assignment that's coming up. Okay, so that's 4.01. 4.02 is similar. The lesson has you watch a video of creating content, and as you watch the video, it asks you to do a couple things. Okay, it says as you watch the video, write down a minimum of 5 concepts that you learned about a website layout, and in 1 to 2 complete sentences each, explain why the concept is important when designing a website. Okay, so you're going to write down 5 concepts. 1, 2, 3, and the other page has 4 and 5. Okay, so as you go through, watch that. You might want to watch it a second time if you need to, but then you're going to write for each one of those concepts, you're going to write 1 to 2 sentences for each. And that's for your lesson 4.2. That should have already been completed. Again, this information that you write down and complete is going to be part of your 4.4 assignment. All right, 4.03, if you can't tell, we're going to keep the same theme. You have some videos to watch about web design and visual hierarchy, and you have some instructions of what to do in these bullet points It says, watch this video. As you watch the video, you'll learn what hierarchy means to building a website. It says, watch the video one time to learn about hierarchy. Then it says, watch the video a second time and write down notes of what the presenter notes as bad hierarchy design and good hierarchy design. Okay, the activity is going to be use the spaces below to complete the notes activity of writing down notes of good and bad hierarchy design. Write 3 examples of each the good and the bad of design hierarchy. So that's the instructions. Examples of bad hierarchy. So 3 examples. 1, 2, 3. Examples of good hierarchy. 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And again, this information is going to be used to submit your 4.4 assignment. Okay. All right, 4.4, creating more content. This is more of a lesson. And have the introduction. This is talking about making your website look better and more on visual hierarchy. Okay, so go ahead and read through that. I believe I have a video at the end as well. That'll be your 4.4 lesson if you have not already completed that. If you have, fantastic job. Okay, Unit 4. Let's talk about the 4.4 assignment that's going to be due next Thursday. I got a couple things I want to show you guys. You're going to be using the information that you got from 4.1 through 4.3 to create. These are going to look very familiar when you open this if you've already done it. Idea 1, idea number 2. First of all, when opening your assignment, it's in a Word document. Go ahead and resave it. If you notice, I didn't change my slide. If you notice on the new on the assignment, it'll be new to you. I changed the format of how to save it. I put the name of the course first, TCH040, and then your last name, and then your student ID. If you could follow those instructions, that'd be fantastic. If you get something close to that, then I'll probably, I won't mark any points off. They've changed the format of how we have to turn in work records again. So the first couple assignments you guys turned in, I had it a little differently. It is what it is. It's good enough. But if you follow the instructions on this one, it'll even be more helpful. So anyways, all right. So getting to the actual assignment itself, part 1 is worth 10 points. If you notice these questions after thinking about what ideas you might have for your website, write down 2 separate ideas of what an objective or purpose of your website will be. Okay, that is going to be part 1 of, well, it is part 1 of your assignment. This is from lesson 4.01. You can copy and paste right onto it. Part 2, you'll notice from the questions from lesson 4.02, says as you watch the video in lesson 4.02, write down the minimum of 5 concepts or things you learned about website layout and design. Complete 1 or 2 sentences for each. Okay, so you'll have 5 concepts and 1 to 2 sentences. So 5 concepts and 1 and 2 sentences for each of those, explaining why it's important. Okay, and that was done in lesson 4.2. So if you've already done that activity, you can copy and paste right into this. All right, part 3 of the assignment, you'll notice this is going to be from part 4.03, the lesson 4.03. Use the spaces below to complete the notes activity. Write down notes of good and bad hierarchy design you learned from the video in lesson 4.03. Write 3 examples of each good and the bad of the hierarchies. Okay, so if you've already done 4.03, you can copy paste right into here. You can write down three examples of bad design hierarchy and write 3 examples of good hierarchy. And that's it for the assignment, and you'll submit that next Thursday. Okay, that is open. So let's talk about test 4.05 real quick. This is going to be due next Wednesday, which I believe is the 13th, March 13th. You should have completed the Unit 4 lessons by now. If you haven't, you need to get those done. The questions and answers are going to come from those lessons. Okay, this information, yeah, so that's what 4.05 covers, is from lessons 4.1 through 4.4. Go imagine. All right, now I don't expect you guys to guess what I think is important through those lessons. So with that said, I will have a Blooket game created for you that you can start probably later on this afternoon, but by surely before Monday. And you can play it on Monday. That's what's on the calendar. Play the Blooket test. You'll get an idea of what I think is important through the questions that I ask, and you'll see the answers. And when you play it, you'll get wrong answers, you'll get right answers, you'll see the right answers, and once you can get about 90% or better consistently when playing this game, you know you're ready for the test, the 4.4 test, 4.5 test, 4.5 test. All right, so play that Blooket game on Monday or any other day and play as often as you want to get ready for it. The link for this game will be in our March 11th through 15th announcement, which will be posted today. That link will be there. I have to finish up the test and then post the announcement, and then it'll be up. At the very latest, it'll be up Monday when you log in and are ready to go. Okay, so play that game. All right, on a wrap up, so you know what to do. This week, you should be wrapping up all your lessons for Unit 4, 4.1 through 4.4. If you accomplish that this week, then mission accomplished. If you haven't done that yet, then that's what you need to do. You can spend the rest of the time with this class to do that. You'll have a few minutes when I'm done here in just a minute. Okay, on Monday, you should play the Blooket game to practice for the test. And then on Wednesday, you should take the test. And then what I don't have here is I'm going to write it in sloppy writing. 4.04 on Thursday, submit assignment 4.4. By Thursday, it'll be 3/14, I believe. Okay, and if you already did the lessons, you're copy and pasting and then putting it together and then submitting it. Okay, so 4 things to do. 1, this week, make sure you're done with the lessons. Next week, Monday, do the Blooket test practice game. Wednesday, complete the Unit 4.5 test. And then by Thursday, complete the 4.4 assignment. Okay, there's some points on the board. I don't know for sure how many, about 100 points roughly. Make sure you get those done, get those in time. Remember, the deadline for these assignments and this work will be April 5th at 4 p.m. Just keep that in mind in the back of your head when we get back from spring break. Okay. All right. You can use the rest of the time. It's not Tuesday, it's Friday. You can use the rest of your time to either wrap up any Unit 4 lessons that you need or anything else that you need to get done for the class. I'll stick around and answer any questions, but that is it. If you are done, don't have any questions, you are free to go. Enjoy the rest of your Friday and enjoy your weekend. We will see you guys next week. Stick around if you have any questions.